New World's Rise of the Angry Earth update comes out October 3rd at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Central, and 9 a.m. Pacific. In this video, I just want to talk about what I think about the update, what I hope for the update, and are there going to be a lot of returning players? Will they stay around? We don't know yet, but that's what we're going to talk about in this video today. So if you got a chance to play the PTR like I did, I'm sure you will agree the mount system felt great. To get on and off, it was very seamless. Riding around the whole map, doing the races, ranking up your mount was fun. Unlocking different items to make your mount faster or sprint longer, recovery better. I thought those are great additions. I didn't get too much into decorating, but when I went back to the live without the mount, oh man, I missed it. So I'm so ready for this update. I think a lot of new players that are coming into New World are just going to be ecstatic, and it's going to help keep those players around because they're not going to have to run 10 miles everywhere to this yellow mission. Now run back the same way to that yellow mission. Hey, go back once again. Hey, come back. Like I was saying, the mount system felt great. The race idea, I think, is a great idea to race your buddies, friends, and randoms for bragging rights. And who knows, I'm sure they'll have races on the leaderboards. But to travel around and go to the new area and to ride on horseback was just a, I don't know, breathtaking experience to me because I geek out in New World, okay? But the new area was so beautiful. The sounds were so good. The sounds of just the environment, the music, the enemies growling. I mean, just all this unusual noise you're not used to hearing. And riding on a horse, getting there a lot quicker was so much fun. So players that are returning and haven't played New World in a while, I think with, if they hadn't played since Brimstone, I mean, they got a whole bunch of stuff to do on there. And now you can ride across the desert on horse, which is going to make everything a lot quicker and easier. If you've played more recently, all the way up until this update, well, you're going to have some new stuff. Obviously, if you've been playing all the way up until now, you'll still stay around. You're probably a diehard New World player like myself. But the returning players, I think it's going to give them a lot of reason to want to stay. Now, eventually, they're going to need to add some things for the PvPers because they got the short end of the stick, and there should be more maps and more things to them. I'm not a PvP player. I'm more of a PvE player. So, but I really think they should, help them out some because I really feel like they're getting the short end of the stick. So, but there was a lot of players I knew that after rank 40, they're just tired of running around. You can only run and roll so much, and they're just, man, I don't want to run all the way over there to that mission and come back, blah, 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 blah. So the mount will definitely be a huge update and an advantage, and something exciting for them to stick around about. The new dungeon is beautiful. It's amazing. It's fun, and it's very difficult. The storyline mode is not difficult, and that's made to be that way, so a lot of players who aren't familiar with dungeons can get into it and not be intimidated by it, which, hey, that's all good. I mean, we did it with 3 people. I was tanking, light gear 50 con, and it was no big deal. I mean, it's a story mode, so you can simply get through it. M1, a little bit more difficult, not hard though. M2 is where it stepped up a bit, and M3 is where it definitely stepped up a bit, and that last boss was a beast. The new glyphs that they added, the invisible bridges that come alive, and they're like a bright, like an orange reddish color, and then you can make them into an actual stone bridge that when you walk across it will start to crumble and fall over time once a certain amount of people walk on it. I think that's really cool, and it looks visually stunning. I don't have a recording. I guess I wasn't recording at the time. Maybe it was on my live stream, but it looks awesome. Some of the areas and the designs they did with jumping up on these floors that are almost look like something out of Tron. It's really cool. So I think graphically, they couldn't have done any better in this new area, which y'all are going to find out about. If you're like a lot of people out there, including myself, that's been stacking supplies, a bunch of greenwood, rawhide, all those mats so you can rank up your crafting, get it as high as you can day one and hit the ground running. Let's try to remember something. We don't need to rush. A lot of times when this stuff comes out, it's a rush. Let's be the first ones to do this and all that. And you don't get time to sit back and relax, look around, and really enjoy the view and everything that's going on. Maybe that's just me being a little more sentimental about the game because I love the game. I don't want to rush through this. I want to enjoy it. I want to share those experiences with my friends and really just, enjoy it, I guess. Simple as that. You don't know how many more updates in the future this game will have. You don't know how much longer it'll be around, and you never know the good old days that you're living in until you're looking back on it one day. So maybe that's me being a little sentimental. It is what it is. The new weapons that they got out, the Great Axe, that's intelligence, the Void, and the flail. The flail looks incredible in game. We had a tank that was using it, and it was visually just awesome to look at. Him streaming through the enemies, just hitting a lot of purple stuff flying up in the air and on the ground and on the floor, and it was really cool to see. It was a really good visual weapon to look at, and I really enjoyed that. And I'm sure you've probably seen plenty of gameplay of it, and it looks like it's going to be a beast of a weapon for the tanks to use so they can have some more healing and mobility. Real quick, I do want to add something I forgot to say about when I was talking about the mounts. One of the cool features that I didn't see anybody talking about, if you're riding on a mount, all you have to do is just auto sprint it, and you just look forward, it will automatically stay on the road. Now, if your mouse is looking off to the far left, well, it's going to veer off to the far left if it's, hardcore looking off somewhere. So you still have the ability to look around with the mouse while you're running and steer it. But you can take your hand off the mount and it will stay on there for a very long time. So maybe one day they'll add it to where I can click a waypoint, boom, all right, go there, horse. And maybe it'll automatically run there like some other MMOs have. Maybe down the road. We'll see. While playing on the PTR, one of the big things I noticed was the relief of not having to worry about ward gear. That is such a huge advantage going forward with this game that's going to help keep a lot of players around. Now, running the newest dungeon, you did have to have two sets, or you should want to have two sets. A regular set to run the dungeon with whatever gems to avoid the elements, and then the two boss fights basically required you to have opals. Now, that's a lot easier to manage than Angry Earth, Ancient, all those different type of ward gears, and it was just really nice and relaxing, not having to stress about managing that, where to put it in the storage, and just worrying about ward pots that last for 45 minutes or so and coatings. Oh man, it's going to be so much easier to craft gear and not spend a crap ton of money on all the different type of wards, because you want to have fortified perforate and bleeding sweep on all these different sets. It's going to be so nice, and I think it's going to help save a lot of people a lot of money. So I don't know what that will do with the market and the crafters. How will it affect the crafters? I'm not really sure, but people will most likely still have two sets for every dungeon. The main part, one set, the boss fights, another set. So not a big deal. I think it's a huge improvement. The fact that they went from 10 mutations down to 3, I think is going to help out a lot on the speed of getting dungeons going, instead of sitting in there for 30-40 minutes in the group finder waiting for a group. Also, they're going to be having cross-world dungeon runs, so once that comes down the pipeline, they were testing it out about a week ago, I believe. Once that comes down the pipeline, that's going to make things even quicker. And also for the newer players that are scared to kind of get in dungeons, they're just not familiar with it, that story mode will help them get that, or help them get into that, and they might find a whole new experience that they really enjoy, and they might want to learn, as I did, how to get better at this, how to use better teamwork, better leadership, how to tank better, all these different things. And then they want to go up higher and higher levels, so that's more players for us to fill lobbies with. So I'm excited about that. Will I miss the 1 through 10 grind and getting gold on each individual one? I think I won't miss it, actually. I did that with the previous setup, and I'm looking forward to something new. So been there, done that, and bring on the future, baby. I don't want this video to go too long, but will players stick around? I think for a while they will. And over time, people will go back to whatever game they enjoy most. The updates will always bring a rush of players to get the new stuff done, to see what's going on and all that stuff. And then after about 3 or 4 weeks, people get all the missions done, they get to the end game, and then they're bored because they need something else to do or accomplish. And for the hardcore players that love New World, we're going to be around. For the people that haven't played since before Brimstone, I think they'll come back, see what it's about, and then they'll probably be gone. Hopefully that new group of new players that come in and enjoy the mounts, and then the ranking up system is so much better than what it used to be. Hopefully they stay around and keep this game going, because this is a great game. Maybe it didn't have the best start, and there are other MMOs out there that have been around a lot longer that have higher numbers and paid services, and they're more keeping up to date with their game, less glitches and things like that. But I love this game, and I hope others see the beauty in it too, and they stick around a lot longer. Anyways, I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for stopping by. If you're new here, like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know about what you think about the update.